Hello everyone, in this video I will show you how to make a shrug or sleeves. This is an easy pattern and can be made in all sizes from children to adult. To make this project, you will need the following measurements. I have put the measurements from size XS to 5XL in the description box below. This project uses offset mesh stitch. This is a simple crochet stitch pattern which is made using only double crochet and chains. The chain or chains between the two double crochet creates a gap. So here I have two examples. This one uses one chain in between the two double crochet and this one uses two chains. So you choose if you want your sleeves to have smaller or bigger gaps. For mine, I like the bigger gaps. Now let's begin. Make a slip knot. And continue making foundation chains until you have the measurement of your pit to pit. Example, my measurement is 13.5 inches, so I will make 81 foundation chains. The foundation chains needs to be an odd number. When measuring the foundation chain, don't stretch the chains. Measure your chains as you go and stop when you reach the desired length. I'm not going to make 81 chains for mine because this is only for the purpose of this tutorial, so I can show you how to make the stitch and how to assemble the sleeves. Once you have the length that you need, in the sixth chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, make 1 double crochet. Don't count the loop where the hook is inserted. Okay, so the first 5 chains is a double crochet and chain 2. So you made the first gap of the row. Chain 2, skip 2 chains. In the third chain, double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2 chains. In the third chain, double crochet. And repeat this pattern across. Okay, so that's the end of row 1. Row 2, turn, chain 5, double crochet in the first gap, chain 2, double crochet in the next gap, repeat this pattern until the last gap. To end the row, double crochet into the third chain. Next row, turn, chain 5, double crochet in the first gap, chain 2, double crochet in the next gap, continue this pattern until the last gap, ending the row with a double crochet in the third chain. This is a repeat of row 2, and starting here, just keep repeating row 2 until you have the measurement of your armhole. Example, my armhole measurements is 5 inches, so I made 15 rows. Okay, so let's assume that I already have the length of my armhole. For the last row, repeat row 2 but only work in the first 2 gaps. Let me show you. Return your work and chain 5, double crochet in the first gap, chain 2, double crochet in the next gap, and you stop there, cut the yarn, giving 8 to 10 inches tail. We will use this tail to seam the shoulder. Then chain 1, draw the tail through the loop on your hook, remove hook and pull on tail to tighten. Repeat this in the opposite side. Join the yarn in the third chain with a knot. You can join the yarn in any method that you prefer. So this is one panel done. Make another one, but for the second panel, you don't need to leave a long tail, just few inches enough to secure the stitch. Once you have your two panels, next we are going to seam the shoulder. I'm going to use a single crochet seaming, but feel free to use any method that you prefer. Hold the two panels together so the right sides are facing each other. Make sure that the shoulders of both panels are together. Insert your hook into the first stitch front to back. Yarn over and pull through. Chain 1 into the first gap. Continue inserting the hook all the way through the matching gap on the second panel. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull 2 loops. That's your first single crochet seam. Repeat, make single crochet into the next double crochet. And the last gap. To end, chain 1, draw the tail through the loop on your hook, pull on tail to tighten. Repeat these steps along the other shoulder. Next, we are going to make the sleeve. Open the front and back panels and lay them flat facing the right side. We are going to make a single crochet row. Join yarn at the right end in the first gap. Then pull up a loop and chain 1. We are going to make 2 single crochets into each row. Continue working until the last gap. Once you finish the single crochet row, turn work, chain 5. We will make the offset mesh stitch. So skip 2 stitches, double crochet into the third, okay, so that's your first gap of the row. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches, double crochet into the third, and continue this pattern across. Next row, turn work, chain 5, double crochet into the first gap, chain 2, double crochet into the next gap, repeat this pattern until the last gap, and to end the row, double crochet into the third chain. Okay, now for the rest of the rows, repeat the last row until you have the length of your sleeve. Example, my sleeve measurement is 20 inches, so I made 51 rows. And when measuring your sleeve, lay your project flat. Start measuring from the shoulder down to the end. Or you can also try this on and just keep adding rows until you have the length that you desire. Okay, so let's assume that I already have the length that I want for my sleeve. Next, we will seam the underside of the sleeve. Fold the garment in half so it looks like the finished sleeves. Make sure that the right sides are facing each other. Line up all the corners. Insert your hook into the third chain. Then into the loop of the long yarn and pull through. Chain 1. Using the single crochet seam method, seam the underside of the sleeve. Make 2 single crochet in each row. Cut the yarn and secure. Okay, so repeat along for the other side, but don't cut the yarn after the last row because we will continue working on the edging. After making the other sleeve, turn your work inside out to face the right side of the project. Pick up the loop and we will make a lace edging for the bottom, cuff, and neck opening. Working along with the bottom edging, work 5 double crochets into the first gap, one single crochet into the next gap, repeat 5 double crochets, then single crochet into the next. And when you have gone all the way around, slip stitch into the first double crochet you made. This one here. And then after that, fasten off, weave in the ends. Repeat these steps for the cuffs and neck opening. Attach the yarn to the seam line. This one here. Now for the finishing, we need to weave in ends. To do that, turn your work inside out to face the wrong side. Then get your tapestry needle and insert it in between the stitches. There is no right or wrong for this. As long as it doesn't go through the other side, then it's all good. You can cut this remaining yarn or hide it. Okay, we are finally done. This is my work and the lace edging gives a nice touch to the sleeves. Thank you so much for making these sleeves with me. I only hope that you enjoy what you created.